Hello everyone and welcome to Mount Blade Warband Nova Aetas. Now, Nova Aetas is a mod that basically just improves the overall gameplay of Mount Blade Warband. It's amazing and on how detailed this mod is, and I just want to take some time today to show off some of the things that I find very impressive about this mod, and obviously I will show you what I have done in my private campaign here. I do intend on showing you a little bit more, but I won't show you every single step, as there are a lot of things that I need to do off camera just in order to show some actual progression here in this mod, because the mod is closer to, I guess, a realistic life, or closer to realism than many other mods, and much more than the vanilla game, and therefore a lot of things naturally take much longer because they're much more difficult to achieve. But yeah, so I will be showing you what I have done so far. Now, I should mention that obviously we're going to be I will actually show you the map a little bit. I should mention that the history, the background story of this mod is actually quite interesting, quite fleshed out, but I don't want to go too much into detail here because that's something, if you guys are interested in that, you should be checking out on your own, because there's simply so much I could talk about that would fill an entire episode and I wouldn't show you any of the action. So therefore, I highly suggest that if you're interested, you check out this mod. There will be a link to it in the description of this video. Now, I do want to start here. This is obviously one of the map extensions. This is the now Holy Land. This is held by the Saranite Sultanate, and this is, I guess, the holy city, somewhat resembling Jerusalem, and Catholics are actually forbidden to enter this town, and there's many more cool things. We have a kind of a knightly order over here with some beacons in the mountains, which is kind of cool. There's a nice mechanic there. We also have some new towns. Obviously, you can see Aldurias here, and Zendar, and I guess Tiris is new as well. And Aldeburg is actually new because here used to be the town of Uxal, but now we only have ruins here. So that's very interesting. Some really cool changes to the map, and obviously, as I said, many new features. But yeah, for now, one thing I do want to show you is if we press the V key, we can check out the character's overview, because in this mod, every character gets traits, which is really cool. So I want to go over the traits my character has. This, by the way, is something you cannot pick in the beginning. This is something you can pick during your gameplay through certain events. When we have such an event, I will obviously show off how this exactly works, but basically you get 4 options that you can choose from, and each of them give you a possibility of a chance to get a good or a bad trait. And yeah, I just want to show off my character here. Tobias is his name. I'm actually an aristocrat. Now, this is kind of important because as part of this mod, you actually have several social classes. You start off as the lowest of the low. You start off as a free man, which I guess technically is not the lowest. There are slaves, which are lower, but obviously they're not free, so you wouldn't be able to do anything. So the lowest free person is the free man, and then you can work up your ways. You can become a, I think, craftsman, which is still in the lower class, but at least you have a profession. Then you can become part of the middle class, which I'm not too sure what you are, kind of forgot. Then you can go up to the upper class, which is, oh, I think the middle class was actually being a citizen and bourgeoisie or something. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm not entirely sure, but I think, yeah, you can then go into the, I think we are actually part of the upper class. There's the gentry, aristocracy, and then you can become a patrician, and then you will enter the nobility. And I think you can only become a vassal once you are actually noble. So there's plenty of things you need to do, plenty of restrictions actually. So you first have to work your way up, and you do that by earning prestige. And there's several ways to do that, but we'll talk about them later. So yeah, as you can see, I'm Christian and I don't have any estates right now, but we could change that. I'm 19, which, you know, is fine. This is something you pick in the beginning. And that my trait. So I'm saint-like, I'm healthy, which gives some boost to morale. Saint-like gives some battle boosts. I'm good looking, very nice indeed. I'm superb administrator, which gives extra income. I'm a great commander and a good supplier. So far I've only had good traits. I was, interestingly enough, actually ugly. The first time I got a trait here, I was actually ugly, but the same event popped up again, and I was then able to become good looking. So I guess we maybe had a, I don't know, an operation there? I'm not too sure, but anyways. And the good thing about this is, or the cool thing is, that it's not just for your own characters, but that's for every character in the game. So for example, King Cedrus of Swadia, he also has tons of traits. So he's saint-like, healthy, good-looking as well, but he's also an enemy of heresy and all these other kinds of things. So it's very interesting, and depending on their traits, I believe they will not only get these bonuses, but I think the AI will also make decisions based on these traits, but I'm not too sure about that. Anyways though, I have some business to do in Gironca right now, so let's actually go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and visit the guild hall that you can do, or you can visit through the marketplace here. And basically the guild hall is something very important in the beginning of the game, because that's where you can get a profession, and a profession gives you prestige. So you can you can become a blacksmith, a tailor, a carpenter, whatever. And the good thing is that not only do you get prestige and you can actually work, but you're also able to set up an enterprise in certain towns. So I have already mastered the tailory here, so now I can actually open a business here. So let's talk to the guild master, and yes, I would wish to buy land in this town for a productive enterprise. Now, as you can see, usually you have tons of options of things you can buy here, but you can only be member of one, or you can only have one profession in each town. You can only be member of one guild in each town. So you could become blacksmith in all of the towns, and then you can have iron or blacksmithies everywhere. Or you could spread out your skills and become a tailor in one city, a blacksmith in another, which is, for example, what I have done. And then you can obviously only have, well, you can have a tailory, or you can have a blacksmith, but never more than one in one city. So yeah, and what's also interesting is that there are several of these enterprises that have this little crafting feature back here, so you can actually craft things yourself, and that's something I want to show off today as well. But yeah, so first off, I'm gonna go and set up the tailor here. It actually costs 15,000 florins, which is well, I just have that much actually, but yeah. And now in the beginning also, your enterprises usually will lose a lot of money, so you actually have to invest in them to make them profitable. But yeah, I don't really have much money to invest in, so for now, that's all I can do. So yeah, we're gonna leave here for now, and one more thing I should show you is that you can also buy property. This is also something very important, because this is probably the biggest money maker in the game. So yes, basically you can buy some properties here, and first of all, they give you prestige when you buy them, and then you can rent them out and actually make a monthly profit. Now, what you could also do is go ahead and rent a building. That obviously costs you money every week, but you get some prestige as well. So I've never actually done that, because it always seemed better to actually buy the thing and then just rent it out for money, but you can obviously do that as well. Now, what I do want to show you here is that I have a laborer house. I always, as I usually do in my Let's Plays, I try to role play, and I do that on my own as well. So I kind of felt like whenever I want to have an enterprise, I should also try and provide a house for my laborers. So there you go, I have a laborer house here that is already rented out to my people, and I have a patrician mansion here as well, which is basically my own seat for whenever I'm in town and I want to stay overnight, obviously, so that I don't have to stay in a tavern. It's rented out right now, obviously, because I'm actually going out and about, because I want to head over to my, I guess, main seat in Aldeburg, because that's where I started off, and we'll show you more over there. But before we hit the road, obviously, we need to make sure that we have some proper gear, because I'm currently wearing my traveler's outfit, or my trader's outfit, but I obviously need to wear some actual armor if I want to go outside, as the streets are perilous and there's many people that want to harm you. So yeah, we have throwing knives, a rapier, some shields, and a heavy black warhorse. Very nice. So yeah, let's put this over here, and I guess we can hit the road. So let's go there. I guess we're just gonna travel there relatively slowly. Our party is very small, which is obviously one of the good things. Well, it's not really good, but it's one of the ways to limit or minimize your expenses. So for now, I've decided in the beginning here, I'm just going to go for somewhat of a trade empire, and yeah. Obviously, that means I'm not going to have a lot of troops in my party. The problem is, the downside is that I've been captured by these Qatar heretics several times, because not only do they have troops of around like 20 oftentimes, and they have their castle right there, but they are also incredibly powerful. One of their horses I've actually stolen, such a heavy black war horse. They're incredibly, you know, great horses. They have huge two-handed war swords, and they have very nice armor and helmets and stuff. So it's very difficult to defeat them, especially if you don't really invest much in an army. So yeah, I try to usually just avoid these people. Usually it works well, but sometimes I run into them, unfortunately. So yeah, let's make our way over to Aldeburgh, as I've promised, and I want to show you some cool things. So yeah, first off, I actually want to show you my noble house. So yeah, this is basically a step up from the mansion. Mansion is what I had when I was a merchant, but now that I'm an aristocrat, I felt like we need to have a noble house. It's still rented out because, you know, obviously I wasn't here for a while, so let's throw out the tenants for now and visit our residence here. We can obviously sell that as well if we feel like we want to have something else here instead, but renting it out is usually the better option. So yeah, I was stuck there for a little bit, but yeah, so there we are. This is the kind of entrance room. I think over here we have our, yeah, sleeping cabinet or whatever. A bedroom, I guess that's what it's called, right? Yeah. We have a sword here, interestingly enough. There is a statue of probably our grandfather, or the patron saint of the city, not too sure. Then we have basically the meeting room. That's where we talk to some of the guild masters, I guess, usually, or whoever we might invite to our home. We could actually sit down. I don't want to do that yet because then we actually get stuck. We cannot get up once we sit down. Yeah, this is the kitchen. Very nice. We have a pork roasted over here. Obviously, we do have some servants that you know, clean the room for us with these brooms and obviously make our food and stuff. So that's very nice to have, obviously. And this is, I guess, the entrance for the servants over there. But yeah, so this is the kitchen. I don't really do much over here. This is what my servants do. We have our work room over here, which is more like for private conversations or any afternoon or evening when we are sitting by the fire. Very nice. And then we can actually look outside of the window and do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I think there's one more room that I didn't show you. That's over here. Yeah, not really sure what I'm using this for. Probably more like storage or something. But yeah, obviously pretty nice. I guess though it's time that we leave, because today I want to show you something else. I want to show you my blacksmith, because I have run this business for quite some time. It's very efficient already, as I have invested quite some money in here already. And I also want to show you some crafting today, because this is one of the very unique features of this mod, something that will be implemented in the Mount Blade Bannerlord as well. But yeah, I couldn't really wait, so I was very happy to see that this was already possible in Mount Blade Warband. But yeah, so let's talk to the Mastersmith for now, because this is obviously also something really cool. You have way more options to run your business. So obviously you have the regular options, like you can make sure that you can either sell the things directly, or you can stockpile them and then sell them yourselves. I usually just you know, let him sell his things. But if you need some tools, and we will need some tools at some point, we will definitely stockpile them. For now, it's fine. What I do want to show you though is that you can, for example, invest in this enterprise. So we currently have 5 worksmen. You can hire more workers, but I think 5 is the cap. Yeah, you can only fire them now. So 5 is the cap, and 1, you need at least 1. So yeah, I've already increased that quite a bit. And obviously each craftsman produces 2 pieces of tools, I believe. We can also increase the efficiency, but we've already done that to level 5. There's not much we can do. And rats have apparently caused damage to the stock. So that all these kinds of events kind of lower your revenue. So those are revenues. We have some import costs and some labor costs, and basically this is our net profit. This is just the profit we get extra from being very efficient. And then we can obviously invest in this and do all kinds of things, but obviously, that's very unfortunate. We don't have any money, so we can't even see the options. That's very sad, so I guess I'm going to have to show you that once I have a little bit more money. Okay, well then that's all that I want to show you for now, but I do want to look at the workbench here, because this is where you actually get to decide what you can craft. And I'm very interested in crafting a firearm for me, because firearms are something that are introduced in this mod, so that's really cool. And for that, we actually need a... can I find it here? I thought it was here. A firearm barrel. So, yeah, so we need a firearm barrel, and then we actually need to head over to a different... one of our enterprises. I think we need to go to the carpenter in order to actually build our firearm. So for now, we obviously need to... But this is a part, what we need for our firearm. So we need to find some steel here. Okay, so in order to craft this firearm barrel, we need some steel. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and... well, actually look quickly in the market. We can trade with the guild, which is kind of interesting. And we could go ahead and, well, we could just buy a fine firearm barrel here instead of crafting it. But why should I do that? Instead, I would like to actually find some steel. You do not have any steel here. Well, that's very unfortunate. That means we actually need to make some steel ourselves, and that we can do with the iron ore, and that's something I will show you right now. So let's actually get out of here. I guess one thing I should do, since we're not going to be here for a while, let's just rent out our noble house here. Yes, of course, because yeah, we're not going to be here for a while, and so we might as well make some money. So we're going to make our way over to the stone quarry here, because that's where we can get some iron ore. So basically you're going to go ahead, we're going to use our mining pickaxe, and we can mine some iron ore, then we can smelt that into iron, and then we can smelt that into steel, and hopefully we'll be successful in that. It's not actually as easy as you might think, but yeah, we'll show you that in a second. Now, another thing that is important in this mod is that besides food, you also need to have some drinks. So for example, there's water, but there's also ale and rum and all kinds of other things, but you definitely need to have something. And interesting enough, you also lose more water if you are traveling through the desert. So yeah, you always need to be careful. Yeah, I have these two helmets here that are actually better than the one I'm wearing right now. They just look so incredibly stupid that I don't like to use them. But yeah, now also what you need in order to actually be able to, well, mine some resources from either the quarry or the forest is these charters. These either forest exploration charters or these quarry exploration charters. I don't think you actually need to constantly have them in your inventory. Okay, we need to be careful here because these Katars are already following us. Luckily, we are very good in pathfinding, which is something I learned to level up very early because I got captured several times. But yeah, I don't think you actually need to have these charters with you all the time, but I just have them because it makes more sense roleplay wise, and I have a lot of inventory management, so that's, yeah, not all that difficult. Now, this is actually, it says a stone quarry, and interesting enough, you will find stone most of the time here, but there are also other things you can find here, such as iron ore, obviously, which is something we're going to try and find today, and you can also find silver, gold, and even perit, which is basically worthless. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the inventory here because I don't want to have that shield on the back. That is kind of distracting, and I guess we don't need a helmet right now. Now, what I should mention here is that mining business is incredibly dangerous because this mine can actually collapse on you. It says that this happens rather frequently. So far, I only had it happen once, but I gotta tell you, it sucks because if the mine collapses, then you don't die or anything, but you actually lose all of the ore and all of the stone that you have mined. And I had just mined 4 gold and I think 6, no, I think like 2 silver ores and a lot of iron as well. That was very unfortunate. I lost a lot of stuff there. Now, when you, basically, here's what you can do. You can have these destructible targets. You can then just left click and you can mine that stuff. And upon finishing, you obviously get a resource of, in this case, it will be stone, and you will also get a little bit of prestige. And this is basically how you work yourself up. You start off with nothing. You need to maybe get a charter so that you can actually mine some stones. Then you have to buy a mining pickaxe, which, by the way, can get destroyed if you use it too often, and then you have to buy a new one. And yeah, basically you have to work yourself up, gain some prestige, and then some more options become available to you. Okay, so basically I'm not mining these things right now because as an experienced miner, I know that this is all stone, and I am obviously looking for some iron. And yeah, so I'm not going to be mining too much of this stone if I can find something else. I will show you what you actually need to look for if you want to get iron. So far this is all just stone. Now over here there's usually nothing, but it's always worth to check because oftentimes okay, now there's nothing important here, so let's leave. Okay, I think this is the only thing we have not checked out just yet. Now the actual mine, the actual tunnels here are always the same, but the stone, well, the stone is also usually in the same places, but gold, silver, and iron is usually found in different places, so you always need to explore a little bit. Okay, now sometimes iron can also be beneath these stones, but yeah, I usually don't like to go for that immediately. I'd rather find it without having to get rid of too much stone. Damn it. Alright, so far we're not really being all too lucky. So, yeah, I hope that we'll at least find something. Otherwise, we're going to have to mine a lot of... Oh, look at that. Did you just see that? That was... There, a mine just collapsed. And basically, if we had been in there, we would have lost everything. So, yeah, I'm glad that that did not happen. But, yeah, that obviously means you should not really spend too much time in the mine. Okay, maybe collapsing even caused it to be empty. Because usually in this spot right here, there's gold, silver, and iron. But right now, we're not lucky at all. That's very unfortunate. But that's, of course, because I want to show you something. So, of course, it does not really work. So I'm going to check out this last thing here. This is my last hope. Nothing here. Alright, well, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to leave. And we're going to go and try this again. And I'll be running around a little bit. And I'll show you once I actually have found some iron. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so finally we have a little bit of luck. This thing right here is most likely going to be an iron thingy, and I just hit this stone right there. So yeah, this is most likely going to be iron ore. It could be silver as well, I'm not too sure. It was silver, okay. This is actually, well, technically more, well, how should I say this? This is worth more, but at this moment I'm obviously looking for iron. This could be iron as well. Wish me luck, guys. That would be quite important if that is iron here. Come on, please. Yes, it's iron ore. Very nice. Now, I do want to just check out real quick if there is a little bit more we can get over here, because usually there's some really good stuff up here. Yes, it's looking good. Oh my god, yes. Today is a good day. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to mine this real quick. Oop, I just clicked off the thing. Okay, so this is most likely going to be iron as well. No, this was silver. Okay. Not sure what this is going to be then. And this must be iron. Maybe it's just going to be silver. It's not gold though, that's for sure. Okay, this was a little bit of iron as well. Okay. Now these things on the bottom are a little bit difficult to hit. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this is going to be iron as well, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So now we have 4 iron and 2 silver. And I think it's time that we hit out of this mine as quickly as possible before we lose everything again. Damn, where are we? Is this way? Yeah, it's this way. Okay. Whew. Quickly, let's get out of here before the mine collapses and we lose all of our stuff. Alright. And what we need to do now is obviously smelt things. So let's actually pick up, let's put away our mining pickaxe here. And therefore, we actually need to go all the way up to this great thing. Yes, there, we need to get up these stairs, and then we can actually smelt our resources. So basically the way this works is you have, well, you need a couple of resources first, and once you have gathered all of your ore, you need to put them into one of these carts up there. Then you put them into this huge oven, and that's it. But so far, I have attempted 3 times to smelt some steel. Iron is usually quite easy, but steel is always difficult, and I have only been successful once. So only 1/3 of the time I'm successful, so wish me luck, guys. For now, I'm going to fail this cut. We could go for some silver, but obviously I want to go for some iron. So we have 2 chances. So let's go for this first. Ready? So for now we actually we have placed 2 iron in here, and now we're gonna try and get some some iron ore, and now we're trying and get some true iron. So yeah, press F, and we can actually empty this car into this furnace right there. Very nice. And now here's what we're gonna do. So smelting ores to produce a base metal is an extensive process that requires skill. So yeah, you obviously get what I need to do here. And well, iron is usually easy, but all right. Okay, I've done it. Good. So we have iron now, and we can basically now put iron in here in order to make steel. So hopefully I won't mess up here. If I do, I have a second chance. If that doesn't work, we will have to buy steel from the merchants. So yeah, this is obviously a little bit faster going. So yeah, whew. Damn it, I messed up. All right, we'll try once again. Oh shit. Whew. It's not really that difficult. I don't even know if having higher craftsmanship skills helps you. Oh, I messed up as well. Well, I guess that's because it was commentating. Anyway, so I utterly failed. in smelting something. I think what does happen, actually, or what would help, is if you have a higher craftsmanship skill. I think that makes it easier to smelt things. I'm not too sure. Actually, yeah, it says, yeah, to this skill makes easier to smelt ore. So I should probably invest in this a little bit more before I try to smelt some more things. But I was, you know, I did show you basically how it's done. But yeah, so you get the idea. I guess that means though that we'll have to leave here, and we're gonna probably have to make our way to Sunas, as we did try and buy something in Alderburg, but that was not very successful. So we'll try and buy some steel in Sunas. Now I should mention that many of these things that you require for crafting, you cannot buy from the regular merchant. You can only buy that from the guild halls, or from trading with the guilds. And I might actually not be able to buy anything in Sunas, as I'm not member of the guild in Sunas. I'm only member in 3 cities, member of the guild in 3 cities, which is obviously Alderburg, Veluca, and in Sendar. We'll have a look at that as well, but probably not in this episode. So for now, let's quickly see if we can. Yeah, we cannot trade with the guild. That's very unfortunate. Let's see if we can maybe get this stuff still. No. Alright, so no steel for us. We can get stone, but no steel. We could get some rum. We can even get cannons. Artillery is a thing in this game. I will show you that as well, but not today. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna have to head back to... actually, I guess, you know what we could do? We could sell our stone here. Yeah, that's worth a little bit. And, not really sure what I'm gonna do with this. I guess I should get my shield back on, and maybe my helmet as well. And the silver ore we can store here for now. Yeah, okay. Huh. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So I guess we're just gonna have to hope that there's gonna be some steel in Alderburg. I will try and get some, and then I will come back as soon as we actually get to craft the barrel for our firearm. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we're now back in Alderburg, and I have actually, I've checked Alderburg previously, I think yesterday technically, and they did not have any steel, but they had the fine barrel for the firearms. So I then checked the other towns, Veluca and Senda. None of them had steel, but now I made my way back and was about to say, okay guys, I'm gonna have to end this episode here, but luckily I've just been able to find some steel. Now interestingly enough, the steel is actually more expensive than the actual barrel, so it's probably not that of a good idea to buy the steel instead of buying the barrel. But you know, I guess I'm gonna have to sell this helmet. I'm gonna sell the ugly helmet. There you go. But I just want to show you so that you get an idea of how the crafting works in this mod, because it's very amazing. So yeah, we're gonna visit our blacksmith. Now that we have the steel equipped, we're gonna make our way over here to the workbench. And we could make some tools as well, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go for the fine, well, not fine, but for the firearm barrel. There we go. That's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna craft that. And so yeah, we've lost 1 steel, and now you see these arrows popping up because there's a couple things we need to do. Take rough iron rod. Okay, let's do that. Oh, let's do that. There you go. Next up, we should go over there. Okay. So here are we gonna blow on the fire. Yes. So now we can heathen the, well, not heathen, but heathen? Heathen sounds more like a heretic. Yeah, let's do that though. Heat it up. Heat the iron rod up in the flames. I guess I should put it in there. Yep. Okay, good. Now just I'm gonna have to wait for the bar to fill up. All right, then we can go over here. As you can see, it is glowing. Yes, very hot indeed. And what is it? Oh, flatten the iron rod. Okay, yes, yes. Oh, nope. Yeah, so apparently, if you do this, you should not move your camera mouse because that kind of makes it stop. Anyway, so yeah, this is flattened now. Very cool. And we have to go over here. Okay, smith hammer equip. Okay, yes. And forge an iron thing. You can even hear the sounds, which is kind of cool. So there you go. Alright, what do we need to do now? Oh, over there. Okay. So many things to do, but I really like this. This is so cool. Can polish it now. Yes, of course. This is, it's amazing. I love this. And we've crafted it. Look at that. We have our firearm barrel. Awesome. And I think now we just need to... Do we need to do anything? No, I think we just have it. Okay, that's cool, I guess. So there you go. We have a firearm barrel, and that we will use in order to craft a firearm for ourselves. But that will be in the next episode. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. And I definitely recommend you guys to check out this awesome mod because it is truly amazing. I'm so in love with this. And yeah, I can't wait to show off more of this. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.